Welcome back, students and YouTubers. It's part 2 of 2-point perspective. Alright, so right now we're about to add a sign up top. So on the right side of a building, we're going to use the right vanishing point. And so that's the top guide. And we're going to drop down a little bit lower using that vanishing point as well on the right to make the bottom guide for our sign. It's very important. Let's do a quick question here. Are the letters going to be largest on the left, closest to us, or on the right, farther away from us? They're going to be the largest the closer they are to us, because the objects closer to us are going to be larger, objects farther away are going to be smaller. One concept of perspective. So right over here, I'm trying to figure out what to write, and usually have some clever little play on words like hammer time or something weird. I was lost for words, so I wrote down lost. Okay, so just try to put these out as best you can. They are going to get a little scrunched, just a little bit the farther away they are, but however, they don't necessarily have to be too scrunched. So fill the letters from the top to the bottom, that way we know they're in correct perspective. I just find that so much easier to do with block letters, but they do not have to be in block letters. So after you do that, I'm going to go back and we are going to clean up the constructive lines. So we're going to clean those up right there. And darken in our line work just a little bit. Clean up after the things that got accidentally deleted. All right, I think I'm going to zoom out here. Okay, we're going to do a door on the right side. I am sorry, my dog is trying to tear down my door. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to draw a vanishing point on the right side of the building with our right vanishing point. And then we are going to put in the doors using a vertical line. Remember, if the door is really tall, it's going to look disproportional. And if it's really short, it's going to not look right. So trying to gauge how big your people would be in this area. Okay, so we are cleaning up those lines here. And I'm going to put in, it's not necessarily a need, but I'm going to write in and out. And I'm going to have a couple of those door bars. Don't really have to do that. And we're going to clean it up a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to go over here and make windows. So on the right side of a building, you're going to use the right vanishing point. And on the left side of the building, you'd use the left vanishing point. Okay, so not exactly on my doors, but slightly above it, I drew a guideline for the bottom of a window. And make sure it's in the right spot. See, I double check all the time. I think a lot of students only check once and then they accidentally move the ruler and don't verify. So I made a gap and then a small section and then a gap and a small section and a gap and a small section. And I did that because I'm trying to make space in between my windows, not just horizontally, but also vertically. So here we go, we zoomed in here and we're gonna make our vertical lines go in a little bit, make a line. You can make gaps or just go straight down. And I'm gonna make several of these. It does help to kind of think about it ahead of time to figure out how many you want. Because what we're gonna do here is we're going to erase every other line or column, and that way we are going to get columns of windows. So I erased the first section, left the second section, and then erased the third, and then the fifth, and then the sixth section. So now we have 3 rows of windows, well, 3 columns of windows and 4 rows. And for fun, I added a little guy, a little silhouette. You could add the window frames, you could add lamps, you could add curtains, you could add whatever you feel like adding if you want to add a little bit more detail and life to your city. Now, how would you make a trash can? Well, one way to do it is make an oval, another oval, but you got to remember, you should compare it to the door, and that looks way too chubby for our door. So now we shrunk it down a little bit. Now it looks like a pretty big trash can, but not too big. Okay, so now we're going to go over here and make a sign or a mural. In this case, we're going to go over there and do the top of our mural and the bottom. And my students believe this would be my 9th B class. So hello guys. You wanted to shout out students' names, so we picked one and we went with Jillian, and so hello. And then we are basically just trying to make up some quick graffiti art without thinking and planning through. I'm not a graffiti artist, but I do appreciate it, and I doodle in it quite a bit. Okay, so we're trying to find a unique name to write her name. Eventually I kind of move on for the sake of my students and then come back later. So here we're just skipping that, but we're checking everything out, making sure things were in perspective. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry the computer froze at that point during the recording, and I thought I got most of them out. Oh well, bear with me in this COVID time. All right, so added some arrows. I seem to do that quite a bit. Zooming in here to make things a little easier. So remember, part of the assignment is to do 6 buildings. 1 door, 1 window, 1 sign, and 1 thing that's unique. And so the unique item I did not teach you, so you should Google this and try to find something that you like, that you can free draw while looking at it. Or if you really must, you can do some light tracing and then try to fill in the insides. All right, so here we go. We're checking for the street level vanishing point on the right going all the way down, and we're making those paint marks that I can't remember. And then to figure out how they fit, just like the sidewalk, you use the left vanishing point to get the angle. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Over here, sorry the video didn't pick that up, but we made a building on the right, just like we would normally, except you can't see the top or the side, so it's more like just a big rectangle looking at you. But you can see the sidewalk. And so here is out of a book. Just showing you guys the creativity in 1-point perspective you could do. Think crazy, think odd, think monsters, silly stuff. This is one I've been working on for a long time, or I worked on a long time ago. Basically asparagus attacking a city. So I Googled what a cartoon asparagus might look like, and then I kind of changed it myself a little bit and added some details. I just thought it was kind of neat. So this is what I'm talking about with adding something unique. All right, well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave comments. Let's grow as a community, and stay safe and stay healthy, guys. Take care of yourself. See ya.